rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And the time is now 8:09 here in St. Vincent and Grenadines, and we're back with Activated Mornings this morning. And I do not know how I started without shouting out Chanel Mackenzie today. Chanel Mackenzie's birthday. Happy birthday, Chanel.
Is it?
Yes.
Happy birthday to you. Woo.
Should we blast him, Chanel? Today, I don't know how I will forget to big up my big friend. But happy birthday, Chanel. I do hope that you have an enjoyable one today. So as we switch gears a bit, we want to discuss or ask the question, do we need more ATMs here in St. Vincent and Grenadines? Reason being.
No.
Why?
What we need is more money. Don't need more ATMs.
Nobody will complain about that.
What's the point of an ATM if you don't have the money in the bank account?
That's a very strong argument. Give us more money, not ATMs. And then when we have more money, we can get more ATMs. So there's a story here in Eyewitness News. Senator wants ATM north of Dry River.
Oh, amen.
Opposition Senator Chevron John has called for the installation of an ATM north of Raboka Dry River and has proposed Sandy Bay or Orange Hill at the location. She said during the budget debate that this will reduce the cost to pensioners, public assistance recipients, and road workers in collecting their payouts. John said she welcomes the new payment system in which payments are made to bank accounts, noting that government has said that it has reduced the cost of making the payments. Okay, but you put yourself in the position of a pensioner from Fancy who has to travel to Georgetown to collect $275 or $280, she said. John said that the person might have to pay someone else to collect the money or pay easy $15 in transport to do so themselves. The senator noted the infrequency of public transport to and from Fancy and said the pensioner might have to wait in Georgetown for transportation. They will not get a transport to go back, so they have to wait. The time spent, the mental stress on the pensioner, John said. I am hoping that the government is taking into consideration those challenges that persons will face, especially those persons over the river. And I am hoping they consider putting an ATM machine somewhere above the river to assist these pensioners in cutting down on costs of getting whatever belongs to them, John told the parliament. So I do hope that the private sector, the bank, the government can work together to ensure that at least in Sandy Bay or Orange Hill, an ATM is placed there to assist our pensioners and also our road walkers who are also on this modernized payment system, the opposition senator said. Now, I personally feel like we need more ATMs across St. Vincent and the Grenadines because you could count them.
You cannot count them.
You could count them.
You can't count them.
You cannot. You can. What's funny? You can count them.
Okay, well, you try counting them.
There's Penny Bank, one ATM.
No.
Republic. Where's
Penny Bank has two ATMs.
Where is the other one?
Right next to it.
Christal.
Penny Bank has two
I
ATMs.
mean, like one location.
No, that's different.
You are right. So let's be technical.
You gotta be correct.
Penny Bank, one location.
Two ATMs.
Two ATMs.
Mm-hmm.
The bank that's at WEFM building that closed down. What was it? First something?
First St. Vincent Bank.
First St. Vincent
no
Bank.
longer exists.
It no longer exists.
Didn't have an ATM.
Did not have an ATM. Republic Bank.
Mm-hmm.
ATM in Kingstown, Pembroke.
And Pembroke now?
Yeah, there's been one at the supermarket for a while now.
Oh. And they have one at Massey, Annisville.
Massey, Annisville.
Mm-hmm.
If I miss anything, you're right there to help me out.
Mm-hmm.
Bank of SVG. No, before we go to Bank of SVG.
Yeah.
Geku.
Mm-hmm.
Two ATMs. One at the location opposite Digital and another one at the location opposite Bank of SVG.
Yeah. Phone servicing. Mm-hmm.
Bank of SVG. There is an ATM.
If you get a small
in
bank before you get to the big bank.
what's the other bank I'm forgetting?
KCCU has an ATM.
I think KCCU has an ATM.
Oh, but there's Teachers Cooperative Credit Union.
Oh,
have
teachers
ATMs.
also have an ATM. How much?
Okay, I know they have at least one at their main branch.
I know that for sure.
I am not sure what the other branches.
They might have on the countryside, but I'm not sure.
That bank at Heritage Square. What's the name of the bank again? Formerly RBTT. First National. First National has ATMs. Let's go again. Let's continue.
That's it. We go to Bank of
the
SVG
smaller
now?
ones. No, yeah, those are the small ones. Yes, let's go to the
There's
big guys.
one in Chateaubelair,
Mm-hmm.
Barley,
Mm-hmm.
Layu,
Mm-hmm.
Massey, Stony Ground, Annisville, and Kingstown.
Mm-hmm.
Two in Kingstown, besides the Massey's, as the Bank of SVG branches. Actually, no, it's not two, it's three at all branches. There is the Tarmac, there is Kaliakwa. After Kaliakwa, it's Georgetown.
Perhaps.
And I know that there's a Gecko in South Rivers, but I'm not sure if that has an ATM.
Don't forget Beckway has ATMs.
Oh, and Beckway as well. And I would believe Union Island. I believe all Grenadine Islands would have an ATM.
I like to think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Union Island has ATMs.
So between Baga and Chateaubelair, 2 ATMs. Between Layu and Baga, still a distance. Between Layu and Kingstown, the only ATM is Republic. And then we go from Kingstown to the Tarmac or the Arnesville area in general, because you have to count Massey ATMs. And from that, we go to Kaliakwa, and from Kaliakwa, we go straight to Georgetown. That's an issue.
Make sure you get money there. I think, so in Kingstown, for Bank of St. Vincent and Grenadines, 2 pointers. So there's one at Flo, there's one at their old Bedford Street branch, or two, could be two. Can't remember how many I saw. Two. They still have the two, and of course you have 2 at Reigate branch. But I think it's also important to note the accessibility of other banks, as in credit unions. The credit unions that offer ATM cards, they can also use for example, Gecko cards can be used at Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines ATMs, and vice versa. So I think overall it's quite accessible. It's just maybe like the northern parts of the country, maybe not Wynwood, not so much North Leeward, because I mean, if you look at population, how many people from these areas would need these services, as opposed to the density of persons within the more urban areas. And I'm not against like decentralizing and what's not, but at this point, in terms of like, what's the word I'm looking for, but need versus actual usage, does it make sense at this point to invest in more ATMs in certain areas where the number of people that might be using it is quite low? Like, okay, they could just like drive around a little bit more and get to the next ATM. That is for the banks to ascertain, because really and truly it now falls down on Bank of St. Vincent and Grenadines. Setting up an ATM and maintaining that ATM is very expensive. And we don't pay to withdraw our monies. Especially if you have like a savings account, it's just $3 a month.
So we don't pay to withdraw money?
We don't pay to withdraw monies.
Pay to withdraw money from the Massey ATMs for a fact.
Something wrong with you?
Not something wrong with me. That's a fact. Anybody? It's $1.50 to withdraw money from Massey ATMs.
No, it's not.
When's the last time you withdraw money from Massey ATM? Because I
I
withdraw
do it
money
quite frequently. I don't get charged.
all through the year.
I don't get charged to withdraw. Those service charges, unless they started it back very recently. You said
All through the year since I've been here in St. Vincent and Grenadines, I've been experienced a charge. I don't have a Bank of SVG account. It's a Gecko.
Oh yes, but you will get charged.
Yes, but my sister was telling me that when she withdraws from bank, she has a Bank of SVG account. When she withdraws, she gets charged from Massey Stony Ground.
Massey Stony Ground.
Mhm.
I think maybe she should query that because I don't get charged.
And
You're not
another problem is
not
some of
supposed
these ATMs don't be having money. Massey Stony Grounds for sure, always. There's always an issue.
A lot of people use those ATMs. There's another ATM in Siki Graves, Annisville as well.
Oh yes, there is. What was it? Is that Bank of SVG as well? I'm not sure.
Actually, correction, there are 4 BOSVG locations, 5, 6 in town in Kingston.
There's Randy's.
No, I forgot to mention. I forgot formerly CIBC as one. I only mentioned 3.
No, that's what I say in all the locations.
Right. So when you said all the locations, I was thinking Flow was a location.
Oh,
And not formerly CIBC was another location.
I forgot about Flow. I forgot about Flow.
Yeah. And that's outside of. Anyways, there was a point in time when BOSVG had they put up notices all over. They're gonna start charging for withdrawals at the ATMs and what's not. I think the same time was it COVID-19 kicked in. It was supposed to be February, and then they had to pull it. And since then, they have not initiated that. To my knowledge, the only thing that I see charges coming out for is when you swipe your debit card, $1 per transaction. I used to hate that.
Well, how do you feel about what Senator John was saying about over the river as it relates to pensioners and persons part of the road projects, the different projects that need payment?
How far is OTR from Georgetown? It's not very far, is it?
It's I don't think the distance is the problem, it's the inconvenience. Because there's not a lot of, there are vans that run between Georgetown and I think Fancy, but it's not frequent. They're not frequent. And that is why I know when I was going to school and when I was early in my working life, persons would move down to Georgetown or surrounding areas because then they won't be able to get a van as frequent to get to school on time or get to work on time because the vans don't run as frequent. I don't know if that changed, but if the senator is bringing it up, then it probably hasn't.
Yeah. Improvement is necessary and needed. If it is that they're going to invest in, and I think eventually it will come. It's just a question as to when. To make people's lives a lot easier, to make sure that they don't feel like cut off from the rest of the country and what's not. You live certain areas, you feel like you live behind God back. I don't think that is something that should be a thing in this day and age.
I think there's an ATM in Mespo.
Oh, yeah. Oh. Boy, I shame morning Mespo. I shame until the amount of people, from Mespo, and I completely forget Mespo. My sincerest apologies. Mespo is a whole country, a whole town. Right, so good morning, Mespo, and surrounding areas, Mesopotamia, breadbasket. But yeah, I think it is something that should be like you sit down and think about it. And don't sit down and think and talk about doing it just like how you carried about the bridges for OTR. It took 1 million years before you could get a temporary bridge, 2 temporary bridges. Sit down, think about it. Is it something that is workable? Is it something that is necessary? Is it something that will help the people? And furthermore, is it something that the people will use? And if there are persons who are not on, because we are talking about a digital transformation too, and this would work, I think, perfectly in line with it. If there are some people who are not yet with bank accounts, who don't yet have cards, then are they willing to get on board with these services? voluntarily before it becomes mandatory, so that they can utilize the services and not just have these machines just sitting there, just like what you do with the e-bus system and just have it sitting there rotting. But anyways, besides the point. But yeah, maybe something to consider. I think so.
I wonder about the cost as well, because we saw a few months back some people destroy the ATM at Georgetown. How much would it cost to repair that? How much does
Fancy
it
money.
cost to maintain the ATMs? But I would
You have to secure the ATMs too. The
Yeah.
electricity, cleaning, topping up the ATMs is a cost. And when you look at BOSVG alone, the amount of off-site ATMs that they have to maintain is no wonder some of them does run out of money. I mean, I don't know how they does do it, buddy.
What I'm thinking is, me personally, I don't know how many Vincentians feel the same way. I do think it's very inconvenient for me living in Kittles to have to go to Layu or to go to Kingstown if I want to withdraw money. And I came from say 5 to 6 years of not having that inconvenience. So when persons visit St. Vincent, the inconvenience of going from one place to the other in order to withdraw money, the distance between the ATMs, and how long would it take for us to catch up to the rest of the world in terms of the payment methods, the way we use the debit cards, the fact that we do not have, I forgot what they're called, but Samsung Pay, Apple Pay, these different payment
Empty bank account pay. Everything is empty your bank account.
and no, I lost my train of thought there, boy. But yeah, it's I'm somebody that never used to have. You ever used to carry money on me, and I do think that's your safest bet, because if you always have to withdraw money and keep money on you, you're more likely to be robbed, or you can lose the money or stuff like that. If you lose your card, you replace your card. It's fine. If you see fraudulent charges, you report it. They cancel the card, give you a new card. But when we have to, if I hand over my debit card to pay for something, I have to sign for it. I can't tell you the last time I've seen that before coming home. Usually, your wallet is like, I have a smartwatch. My wallet is on the watch. I want to make a payment. I forgot my wallet at home. I just swipe the watch and the payment is made, or I just tap my phone and the payment is made. But that's not here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and I wonder how far behind are we, and if we're going to get there at all. Well, I know we're going to get there eventually, but you understand the question.
Yeah. Now, a couple of years ago, when we had these conversations, we were asking about simple things as more businesses having debit card machines. Right? A couple of years ago. Fast forward to now, more businesses have debit card machines.
But are they operational?
The ones that I've gone to, they are operational. Now, the only issue I find with some businesses is that they charge you to swipe, and that is illegal. Those businesses, in fact, should be reported, because what you're offering is an additional service to people, and you are benefiting from this additional service. Yes, it comes at a cost, but that's the cost that the business has to incur. If it is that you want to put on 10 cents on every product in your store, that is up to you. To cover the cost, that is up to you. But you should not be charging customers a fee to swipe. In terms of accessibility, now, our population is quite small. And something I think we should consider, when we come from these larger countries, they are servicing like some millions of people. So I think in terms of the need to have so many ATMs and greater accessibility is much higher than for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Is it practicable for us to know, because we've experienced that sort of culture where millions of people are using these services and never run out of money, it's always going, because the volume of like transactions, the banks are able to afford to have 1 million ATMs. Is it something that's practical for St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Every corner you turn, there is an ATM.
Okay, I don't expect every corner you turn, but at least a closer proximity.
Kingston is not far from Kittels to go to an ATM. Stony Brook.
I do think that's far. And if I don't have a Republic Bank, I have to go to Layou. So my options are Layou or Kingston. And between Arnottsville and Calequa. And then between Calequa and Georgetown. No, Airport. Airport has an ATM. Argyle. So
yes, it's
Calequa
true.
to
It's
Argyle, Argyle
true.
to Georgetown.
It's true. On the windward side, yeah. Yeah, there's a little
Can't
rough.
believe I forgot about the airport.
We forgot about the airport.
Yeah.
I think I'm coming from a place where I adjust myself
Mhm.
to suit. So if it is that I need money, okay, I'm coming from X location. I know that I can't. I am not gonna be putting myself in a position where I have to like scramble or anything. I'll just like plan my things in accordance to, and then not have to be stuck.
Yeah.
If I don't have money, then I don't have money. I'm a little bit skeptical
That's
about these instant pays. While it is modern and what's not, I'm a little skeptical because then there goes my money so easily. The easier it is for you to dish out your money, the more broke you're gonna end up being.
That's a good point.
So for me, maybe I'm very old school. I'm very, very, very old school. If I don't have that much control, with that being so accessible to me, I'm like, my money getting done.
Yeah, but
So I don't mind it of it. But I understand like people come from different places and cultures, and it's a culture shock when you get here. But
my question is, why should we have to go through that excessive planning just to withdraw some money? And then because of the distance between the ATMs, there's usually a line or lines in Kingston for sure. It's usually really tedious to go to Gecko ATM and Bank of SVG ATMs. There's always a line unless you go there early in the morning, late in the afternoon. You have to time it because there's always a line. What if I need to pay for something urgently? I don't have the cash. I have to run to the ATM. It's just inconvenient.
get a checkbook. I don't know.
It is the year 2008.
I don't know.
And we now need to get a check.
Get a checkbook. Get a checking account. I don't know, boy.
You're not wrong. Right? You're not wrong. But
you just write a check.
It's just so.
Write a check or pay it online. Pay it online. Do the EFT so Bank of St. Vincent and Grenadines peer-to-peer for BOSVG.
Peer-to-peer is nice.
Gecko has the
Gecko
transfers as well.
That is nice.
I am patiently waiting for them to allow us to transfer to other banks, but that's not quite possible yet. And I could understand why, because these banks are credit unions and they bank with the big banks, so it doesn't really make any sense. But I don't know, just plan. Fine. Like people, y'all just don't want plan.
I don't think
like sometimes convenience will convenience could hurt, you know. Too much convenience could hurt.
Yeah, but then if it is that tourism is our main money maker, it should be our main money maker, we have to then consider the tourists coming in. I saw another cruise ship on its way here when I was coming in. And
those cruise shippers don't really spend money. So we don't need no ATMs.
They don't?
They buy 2 bays and they go back on your ship.
Okay, and then what about the yachties?
Okay, well, yachties, yeah.
What about people who just generally visit in St. Vincent? They leave Kingston, you don't really have any.
Island. Yeah. This is island living. This is the map of the ATMs. Familiarize yourself
like
with them.
American trying to be a Jamaican. It sounds like cool runnings.
This is the island things. This is our culture here.
It sounds like Grim from the Grim Adventures.
Yes, man.
But
we don't got no ATM in between, yeah, so.
So we're going to break here and then we'll come back and talk about SVG's Passport Strength. So we'll be right back.
Put away your passport.
Sparrows, rum of pure sophistication. Sparrows, rum, aged to perfection. Skillfully crafted and forged with time in oak barrels. A rum so divine. Discover authentic Caribbean rum. Sparrows, premium rum. Sparrows, full-bodied rum. Sparrows, pure sophistication. Discover authentic Vincentian rum. Sparrows, premium rum.
Distilled and blended by St. Vincent Distillers Limited. Please drink responsibly.
Agents, Careers, Distributions Limited.
Do you want to feel clean or refreshed after using the bathroom? Whether at home, work, or play? Welcome to My Smart Toilet Seats. All of our products wash your private parts after using the bathroom without the use of your hands. Let's hear what our national table tennis champion, Damian Dublin, has to say.
I tried it and it works. There are 4 options. Simply add an attachment to your existing toilet seat, or choose a non-electric seat, or better, an electric seat that washes and dries you with warm water and air. Lastly, get a complete smart toilet that also flushes itself. What are you waiting for? Get your smart toilet seat today. Be smart, be refreshed, be clean, be a winner like me.
Our smart toilet seat is available throughout St. Vincent at retail outlets with the orange flags. You can call us at 457-1703 or visit our website at justwashit.vc.
First National Bank says get the home you've always wanted with zero down. That's right, as we celebrate more than 85 years of being here for you as the first indigenous bank, we're giving 85 individuals 100% financing to achieve their dream of home ownership. This is possibly the most important decision you'll ever make. 100% financing for your dream home. Call or come into First National Bank today and ask about our zero down payment 100% financing for mortgages. First National Bank, here for you.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
The time is 7:36, 8:36 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
You want me to leave here today or?
It's 7:36, 8:36 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and welcome back to Activated Mornings with myself, Ari, and with me is Christal. So we were just talking ATMs here in St. Vincent, and a few comments there, but yeah, we'll get you.
1 point, right?
Okay.
All these things that we're asking for, and I'm not saying that we shouldn't ask for them, and I'm not saying that we don't need them, but are you willing to pay for, if the bank says, well, in order for us to put in 3 more ATMs, I'll charge bankers in Vincent and Grenadines customers $1 per withdrawal to be able to maintain these machines, additional machines, right? Are you willing as a customer to pay that fee? $1. So you have to, because these places don't have money some of these places do have money sitting down waiting. But realistically speaking, all these things are expensive. And I like to believe that if they could have, then they would have. Right?
I don't really know.
I real old school. So I also like the little slow pace sometimes for St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Fast pacing, all of it is frustrating to me. So I don't see anything wrong with waiting, unless you're in an absolute hurry, you have something else to do. But sometimes standing up waiting gives me the opportunity to socialize and see people I don't get to see often. Chit chat, you observe things.
Really,
you
just
just
the same thing.
like crazy people.
Oh, they're more friendly than me. Really, just said the same thing. I don't need to be in conversation with people. I good. I just come to get the ATM and go where I go in. I good. Last night I'm at home playing video games. I'm like, okay, now I'm hungry. I ain't really feeling to get up and make something. I open my Uber Eats and I remembered, oh yeah,
Boy, laziness will kill her, boy.
Convenience is a gift, and I enjoy convenience. It's really nice.
Yeah. Just now, y'all could just want to blink and the food just already in your stomach.
You
You're
watch
not
comedy?
even gonna eat it.
You watch comedy?
Every now and then I watch a
Yeah,
little
you're
chat.
familiar with Ronnie Chen?
No.
Okay, so Ronnie Chen is on
maybe
the
I've
Daily
seen
Show.
him.
Yeah, he's on the Daily Show, and he did a stand-up, and he says he wants Amazon before he thinks of it. Yes, he wants it.
I saw that.
He wants someone to break into his house and give him what he needs before he thinks. I wouldn't know, but yeah, I do understand what you're saying. But I like convenience.
Yeah, convenience is cool, but a little patience and waiting is also cool.
The Bible says about you.
Let me stand up in the line and wait and watch the cars go by and daydream and just breathe and take in all the things that this wonderful island has to offer.
This is how I know we're failing as a society. Why am I here thinking, why are you so happy? Like you're not supposed to be happy.
You see it? I was looking at this clip yesterday. It was talking about, don't look at it as an inconvenience, look at it as an opportunity. So you live in Kittels, like, wow, I have the opportunity to drive all the way to Kingstown
and burn gas and risk
and
getting an
look
accident.
at the lush vegetation of this wonderful country
And risk getting an accident.
and breathe in.
Risk falling out
Breathe in the clean, fresh air of WEFM 99.9. Clean, fresh air. I don't have to deal with urban smog.
Risk running into the inconvenience of seeing my
And
ex-girlfriend
going to the ATM. Then you have a problem with the ex-girlfriend. Going to the ATM.
But that's the only thing you say, girls. I thought about accidents. I thought about falling down.
To get money that I actually have. Look at that wonderful opportunity.
Tell me you're in there on drugs. Just a little drug. Is it cocaine?
I'm on the drug life.
But yes.
No, I'm serious though. I'm very serious.
I know you're serious.
Very serious.
Let me read the
about
comments
drugs,
quickly
man.
and go into the passport strength.
Yeah. Wonderful opportunities. Having a passport.
Members of the police force, if you see Christal on the street, please subject her to random drug testing. I do
Why?
not feel safe.
Do you want me to rant right about now?
No.
Let me tell you.
No. Oh gosh, don't rant. Let me go in WhatsApp.
Let
Let me
me
go in
tell
WhatsApp.
you.
I got the comment.
Because I was about to rant. I was about to give you a proper
There's
rant.
nothing wrong
How
with
do you come on this?
positivity at all. There is not one thing wrong
You
with
just
positivity.
outlined 5 things.
Because
wrong
I
with
always
positivity.
say, if you want positive stuff, and put positive out there. And I
Right,
myself,
so
I'm
get
a
up off
pessimist.
your seat and go
So
cook. Get up.
Every time spent cooking, I could burn myself. I could cut my hand.
I thought you wanted a wife. I don't want a wife and I can't cook. But I don't cook, eh? YouTube.
My grandmother had taught me how to cook.
So cook.
I do cook sometimes. I remember the first time I was cooking, my mother was like, "You don't know."
Macaroni and water.
The audacity of you. The audacity of you. Anyways,
Sprinkle beef.
let me read the text so we have time to talk about the passport.
Which one of our back grade?
Oh, read that. That makes me feel good. Read that.
Good morning, Ari. Your selection of music makes me feel great, and I guarantee. Great.
I guess it's a persons who lock in feel.
And I
will feel
guarantee
the
that
same.
persons who locked on will feel the same. Good morning, Christal. Who takes it back from the guy? They should find them and arrest them when police officers doing their duty. The public should not interrupt. Let's read another comment coming on the WhatsApp there. 4579997 is the number. You're looking for a third-person observation of a video, not a first person. 1. There are good and bad people in all occupations: police, doctors, lawyers, journalists, etc. They
Yeah,
are
humans.
humans. The problem is when an event shooting takes place, the police get the blame for not doing their job. And when they try to be proactive, they are not being fair. Please choose what it is you want.
Proper policing.
Money. Just work out that there are 12 ATMs in walking distance, excluding those in shops from our home. You just walk it out. These in the States.
Oh yeah, in the States, it's extremely convenient.
You shut your hands
Extremely
and, like-
convenient. In Taiwan, a lot more convenient.
Because they want you to spend your money.
No, we need to consider population. There are a lot of people living in a specific area. So to reduce all of that, make it more convenient for persons to be able to go to the ATM as opposed to having a long line in the same community for an ATM. Because remember, they build up, we build out. I hate you, but no, you know what I mean. So, like in our communities, we probably, let's say on your street, there will be 10 houses with maybe 20 people, 25 people. If there are 10 houses in Taiwan, there are over 100, 200 people living in those because they built up. But yeah.
Okay. Let's go. If the bank you join to has an ATM, then you're a customer. You as a customer will not be charged. This is what's happening here in the States. Yep. Yep. Here too. Let's see. Mr. Voice call there. I'm sorry. Bedford have one ATM for now. Oh, it's one. The other one not working? One in Mespo ATM. Don't you know how much money to take out to take money? How much money you need to take out the ATM all the time? The bank of SVG don't charge. Yeah, they used to charge before COVID. They were going to charge.
Now, I have tried, but again, I don't have a bank SVG account. I have Gecko. So I cannot use the ATM at Graves.
You can use the ATM at
I've
Graves.
tried.
Which Graves? Pembroke?
Pembroke is Republic Bank. I've tried. It doesn't allow you.
Oh, why am I thinking Pembroke was Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines? Didn't CIBC have an ATM at Pembroke at one point in time? You know, CIBC used to have an ATM in Courier's Minimart. And then Courier's Bundle.
But yeah.
ATM went.
Why you sound so excited saying that? But
because it was very convenient.
Yeah, like, and then Courier's Bundle.
And then it burned out. Then I rebuilt it. I rarely use cash. I'll be quite to the adjustment. It'll be quite the adjustment when I'm home to use cash most of the time. And yes, Christal businesses charging to use debit is not right. The cost should not be charged again because I'm sure they've already built that into their prices. Worthless sets of people.
Okay, so let me get into this quick. So there's a story on Searchlight. The headline is SVG has the joint third most powerful passport in the Caribbean. And this story is by Janelle French. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. For the ninth straight year, Barbados again holds the title of the most powerful passport in the Caribbean region, according to a recent report. According to the 2024 Henley Passport Index ranking released by London-based global citizenship and residence advisory firm Henley and Partners, Barbados is number 1 in the Caribbean and is positioned globally at number 22 with visa-free access to 165 countries. For those listening, your passport strength is determined by the amount of countries you can visit without needing a visa. Rounding out the top 5 most powerful Caribbean passports, there are the Bahamas, St. Kitts, and St. Vincent and the Grenadines tied at number 3. Antigua and Barbuda and Trinidad. Jamaica ranks 10th on the list of most powerful Caribbean passports after improving its 2023 ranking. Jamaica comes in at a position of 60 globally for 2024. Last year, the country was ranked 63rd globally, 65th in 2022, and 68th in 2021. The Jamaican passport allows visa-free access to 90 destinations, including Singapore, Russia, Serbia, Bangladesh, Indonesia, Philippines, Argentina, Colombia, Mexico, Kenya, and South Africa. The most powerful passports in the Caribbean for 2024 are Barbados, 165 destinations, the Bahamas, 158 destinations, St. Kitts and Nevis and St. Vincent and the Grenadines, 157, Antigua and Barbuda, 153, Trinidad and Tobago, 151, Grenada and St. Lucia, 148, Dominica, 144, Belize, 104, Guyana, 91, Jamaica, 90. Funny story. I did not know about passport strength and passport ranking until 5 years ago. I was in class and my Indonesian classmate asked me, how strong is your passport? And I'm like, I don't know, water resistant.
Hi, my name is Bob. What's the strength of your passport?
Because I was like, I don't know, water resistant. I don't know.
What's the strength?
What's the strength of my passport?
Tensils?
So she pulled up the visa index and she was like, wow, our passport is nonsense compared to yours. I was like, when I started checking and I started traveling within Asia, I realized how strong the Vincentian passport is, the amount of countries I can go to without issues, and it was an amazing feeling. We ranked 28th on the world rank with 153 destinations according to visaindex.com. That's a lot of countries we can visit. Singapore, United Kingdom, South Korea, Israel. I mean, we ain't trying to go
Are
Israel.
you
no.
gonna like read up 150?
No.
Oh.
But those are main countries.
Canada.
We need visas to go to the US, Thailand, and Australia. Just to name a few.
Nobody wants to go to Australia.
I think we have a call coming in there.
Yeah, you could. It's okay with the visa for Australia. Nobody wants to go there.
Good morning, caller.
Good morning, my brother, and good morning, Sister Christal. How are you?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good day, Sister Christal. And you see why people rate you, because you're very talented. You're very knowledgeable, and my brother, I think you're doing a very good job. I just want to say this to you. I feel a little grieved when the word passport come up, because for me, passport should be that if you are not required for visa, it means that you must have a very strong, foreign policy issue, willing to work with the world, especially the great United States and other countries that are basically keeping us safe. And when you have a situation when, for so many instances, that countries like the United States that beg us, help us to protect other countries. We see a situation in Israel. We see what is happening in Ukraine. We see, and Ukraine for me is painful. Russia, the very serious situation in Russia that has invaded a very sovereign nation, killing children, bombing schools, and our leadership basically doesn't see it fit to give support to the people of these countries. And then all of a sudden you hear we are ranked with SINK kids. Again, when you look at the word passport and you see citizen by investment program, and we're seeing countries lucrative SINK kits. Antigua Prime Minister spoke about the very importance about the CBI, and why is it that you see country, they can now give their citizens rebate in taxes. And you could see electricity, no fuel surcharge, because this very, very vital passport makes a difference. And of course, the big problem with the passport issue is that the reality is that, that you have got to do your due diligence, because you don't want to bring in crooks. And then all of a sudden, I'm hearing St. Vincent, it is ranked with SINK kits. I said, really? I'm not in any politics. We have got to learn of how it is important to work with the world community. We have to work with our CARICOM nation. We've got to think about the people that help our country to be able to survive. A significant chunk of our population. Some people say even the bigger, greater population, 100,000, live in the Great America. And our leaders are not cooperating with them when we had situations against Venezuela, against Nicaragua, the OAS, even when we literally had to kick out the Russians out of OAS, we didn't give support. I'm not in any politics. I'm begging our leaders to be very, very careful, because I believe, under a new administration, and I believe Republican, we are going to find ourselves in a situation whereby we're not going to have it as liberal with Joe Biden, to ease up with us. So I'm saying, I'm urging our leaders. I'm not talking here now about no ULP. I'm talking about leaders across the board, whether they're opposition, because for me, this having here right now, me and none of them. And I beg finally our leaders to be very, very careful of how they treat our population. Better than some, give us equal opportunities. You guys are doing a wonderful job. I'm very happy that the station is going away where now we're inclusive with everybody, not just some who, for one side. People who can speak the truth, people who can be loving, people who can be considerate, people who can be not self-centered. God bless you, my brother. You have brought a fresh wind to this radio station, and you have a wonderful lady there that is very knowledgeable, doing a very good work. That is how I see you all. Me, whether you all support red, pink, green, or blue, educate our people. Tell them the truth. One quick thing, we have leprosy on our doorstep. We have the swine flu on our doorstep. Let us bring a program so we could educate our people, because I've done a research, too much ignorance. Keep your station healthy. Keep it accountable. Keep it, educational. And you would see, even with crime, you would see our country get better. Love you all very much.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
God bless you all.
Yeah, let's take a quick break here and we'll be back shortly.
St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's a whole new world out there. Reaching new customers and getting products faster. That's what it's all about. Ocean freight rates are skyrocketing, so don't pay more for slower service. It's time to switch to faster, more reliable air cargo service with SkyMax Cargo. Up to 3 flights weekly to and from the USA, Puerto Rico, and the Caribbean islands. Providing excellent import, export, and e-commerce solutions to put you ahead of the competition. For special low rates on small packages and air cargo, contact SkyMax today. 784-456-5400. Local agents SwiftPack, Interprime Cargo. Call 784-456-5400 to book your shipments today.
Boy, so where you getting crushed now? Your brakes real good, boy.
Now brakes alone good enough. My tires good too.
Tires? Where you get them tires, boy?
Out by Caribbean Tire Plus, man. They out in Ardersville. Can't miss it. Look for the orange container on them. Plenty parking space and open 7 days a week all thing, man. Monday to Saturday, 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. And on Sundays, 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call them today. Caribbean Tire Plus, 784-432-4786 or email ctiresplus@gmail.com.
WEFM, the clean, fresh sound.
Rise and shine. Let's get ready to take on the day. Activated Mornings on WEFM 99.9 is on now.
And the time is now 8:55 here in St. Vincent and the Grenadines, and we're just about to wrap up this segment with 5 minutes remaining before the top of the hour. We're talking passports this morning. You're listening to myself, Ari, and with me, Christal here.
I feel so troublesome this morning.
What are you about to say?
But let's look at, like, you can like do a quick search if you want to look at it yourself. Visaindex.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at
there's also Passport Index,
right? The countries that are ranked above us. Netherlands, I read, Australia, US, Canada, and so on and so on and so on. But I'm looking more specifically to Caribbean countries, like which one of the Caribbean countries are above us. Just scrolling across. So on this page here that I'm scrolling on, I scrolled down. So Barbados is ranked 22. Bahamas is 24.
Mm-hmm.
St. Kitts and Nevis is 26. Funny thing about St. Kitts and Nevis, when you scroll down on this page now, there's an ad. There's an ad for second passport. Get your St. Kitts and Nevis citizenship. Enjoy visa-free travel worldwide. Register now. I'm like, are you serious? Limited time offer St. Lucia passport. I don't know who like curated that or whatever. Secondpassport.net, but like that's interesting. So continue scrolling now. Let's see. Antigua and Barbuda 27, and then us 28. Trinidad and Tobago is 31. Let's see the other Caribbean islands. Dominica is 34. St. Lucia 34. Grenada 34. And so on and so on and so forth. But it's rather interesting. So
small, but we tell we get ranks.
Hey, look at my baby, look at my passport. I can travel visa free to so many countries.
So on Passport Index, there's a dashboard here.
Hold on. Who does travel? Who traveling these days?
A lot of people traveling these days.
Yeah,
and I see more and more Vincentians in countries that you would not expect to see Vincentians. I see a lot of people traveling to the UAE. I see a lot of people traveling to Asia. People traveling. People could afford it, yeah.
Yeah, man. People could afford to travel.
Some people.
I wonder what percentage of the population can actually afford to travel, boy. That'll be interesting.
I think the problem is, at least the problem is to me, the cost to travel between the Caribbean. There are Caribbean countries I would love to visit like this. This week's stressing me. Let me go St. Lucia for a bit. Let me go Barbados for a bit. Let me go Grenada for a bit. But the prices, boy.
Could you imagine that there was a time where, like, it was just so common? Come, let me go Barbados for the weekend.
No, my mother used to always tell me about island hopping. My father Dominican, so I would like to believe
Wow.
that.
That's nice.
But yeah.
You had mountain chicken?
What's that?
You've
If I've had it,
you've
no,
had
that
mountain
doesn't look like something I should eat, and I will only see this on Vincent Radio.
But you Dominican.
I also don't know any Creole, so it's always embarrassing. But yeah, there was a time where people move freely between the islands, and I don't know what happened. I'm too young to know what happened. Maybe one of the WEFM listeners could tell us what happened.
You know, inflation, late. You know, it's probably not such a bad thing because can you imagine how many people have like siblings and cousins in other Caribbean islands and they don't know it? When the men go island hopping, they'll be busy.
I cannot stand you. I really cannot stand you.
Ancestry.com, please.
But now traveling is a good thing. You know, I mean, Vincent Shans go to Grenada Carnival and Grenada come to St. Vincent Carnival.
It's good on boat though.
Yeah.
Good on catamaran.
Yeah. It's good on different many ways. What do I say? Many. Yeah, it's just plain on boat. Unless some people are swimming.
Submarine.
And they have a submarine. Or some people defy gravity and know how to fly. That would be cool if I could fly places myself.
How does the song go? Now look at me in this opportunity.
But yeah, the time now is 9 o'clock, and it's time for your ECCB currency exchange rates brought to you by Bank of St. Vincent and the Grenadines.